His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi mourns the fallen General Lokech Paul, and in his words, he said General Lokech was a fine soldier. He had his good record and then spoiled by the regime just in the last 8 months of his life. Hello, a very warm welcome, and thanks for joining us live on Projan Media TV. That brings the latest news and the latest updates in the country and across the world. Kindly do one thing, subscribe and turn on the notification button for all these updates. The National Unit Platform President Robert Kyagulanyi has questioned the circumstances under which Major General Paul Lokech passed on. General Lokech, the Deputy Inspector General of Police, died on Saturday morning at his home in Kiira. Initial medical reports indicate that he died from a blood clot, and in his statement on the untimely death of the senior UPDF officer, that is Robert Kyagulanyi, popularly known by his stage name, Bobi Wine said General Lokech's death leaves more questions than answers. And obviously, he joins many other Ugandans in raising questions about the manner of death of very many prominent persons these past few years. And to date, there are many deaths which have left more questions than answers, and this is one of them. While we know that death is a fact of life, the pattern of deaths of prominent persons due to blood clots and heart attacks leaves many questions, the former presidential candidate noted. Therefore, he joined with the elders and the leaders of Acholi sub-region as well as other concerned citizens of Uganda in their demand for an independent investigation in the cause of his death. Even as they demand this, they know that the regime never allows any such thing to happen. Ultimately, most answers will come out when Museveni is long gone. Bobi Wine also said it was very unfortunate that General Lokech, who by all accounts was a fine soldier, had his good record spoiled by the regime just in the last 8 months of his life. General Museveni put him in direct confrontation with the citizens. Kindly allow me to take you shortly into His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi's full statement on the untimely death of Major General Paul Lokech. In his statement, he said the untimely death of Major General Paul Lokech is very shocking, and he wants to send deepest condolences to his family, friends, and the UPDF fraternity. He also sends deep condolences to the people of Acholi sub-region for losing a dear son who defied the odds and rose to the top. General Lokech was a gallant, courageous, and fine soldier. A lot has been said about his bravery on the battlefield. His peers talk of how he commanded from the front, sometimes putting his life on the line. He had such a distinguished military career which many young officials and many were eager to emulate. Unfortunately, the Museveni regime has not only destroyed their nation or our nation, it has also distinguished itself in destroying careers and reputations of great men and women. 8 months ago, General Lokech, who many Ugandans did not know, was deployed as Deputy Inspector General of Police. This was shortly after the November bloodbath, where the military and police with reckless abandon murdered over 100 innocent citizens. General Museveni, afraid to his skin of an impending election defeat and well aware of the kind of rigging he was plotting to do, decided to deploy General Paul Lokech to stop an attempt of the people of Uganda to rise up and claim their democratic rights. Shortly after, another former commander of the Ugandan contingent in Somalia, that was Major General Kayanja Muhanga, was deployed as overall head of operations in Kampala. General Museveni boasted that he had deployed commandos from Somalia to neutralize the situation in Kampala. Then hell broke loose. Thousands of Ugandans were abducted, hundreds tortured, and many others killed in cold blood. And his campaign team was arrested in Kalangala and taken through hell before they were taken to Kitalia for several months, and to an extent that hundreds of them are still missing or under illegal detention. He added on saying that he was placed under house arrest and an array of grave human rights violations took place. His last public assignment related to the arrest of persons suspected to have attacked General Katumba Wamala recently. Several of the suspects were murdered during investigations, and the images of the other suspects appearing before court with grave torture marks are very fresh in their minds. It is therefore very unfortunate that General Lokech, who by all accounts was a fine soldier, had his good record spoiled by the regime just in the last 8 months of his life. General Museveni put him in direct confrontation with the citizens. Obviously, he joined many other Ugandans in raising questions about the manner of death of very many prominent persons these past few years to date. There are many deaths which have left more questions than answers, and this is one of them. While we know that death is a fact of life, the pattern of deaths of prominent persons due to blood clots and heart attacks leaves many questions. Therefore, he joined with the elders and the leaders of Acholi sub-region as well as other concerned citizens of Uganda in their demand for an independent investigation in the cause of this death. Even as they make this demand, they know that the regime never allows any such thing to happen. Ultimately, most answers will come out when Museveni is long gone. To all soldiers and police officers who are still alive, his appeal to you to them is that they learn a lesson about this tragedy. The scriptures tell them in Proverbs, that is chapter 22 verse 1, that a good name is to be chosen over great riches and favor over silver and gold. Before them any decision to end another person's life or to extreme pain on any innocent citizen, always remember that they are all human beings made of flesh and blood. One day they shall all be gone, and it will remain in the memory of the works that they did. Work for that, and may his soul rest in peace. And he quoted on saying that free all political prisoners in Uganda. Well, those are the words from His Excellency Robert Kyagulanyi, and the statement to eulogize the fallen general, that is Paul Lokech, Paul Lokech. And he had not saying that may his soul rest in peace and there should be freedom for political prisoners in Uganda. Thanks for watching Projan Media TV, and we'll keep on updating you in more of this. Kindly do one thing: subscribe and turn on the notification button for all these updates. Once again, thanks for watching Projan Media TV.